Hey guys, so a lot of these videos that we've done so far, obviously, on playing guitar, getting to play quickly, it's pretty much just been showing you how I play in the key of G. So I think we've done 3 videos so far, right? I think so, anyway. So the one that taught G and C, E minor, and then the last one was how to play a D chord. And so if you remember those, here was our G. So whenever I place my hand, I start with my ring finger. So third on the second to bottom string, third on what is actually called your first string. So then we reach all the way to the top, put our middle finger on the 3rd fret, and then we put our index finger on the 2nd fret. And that makes our G chord. Then when we pull these two down, that makes our C chord. So G to C, G to C, G to C. Okay? Then in order to get from the G over to our E minor, so the easiest way to learn the E minor is go back to your G chord and swing that finger underneath swing your middle finger underneath the index finger. And you can lift your pinky if you want. Okay, so G, C, E minor, C. With that right there, you can already play a ton like, so set a fire down in my soul that I can't contain, that I can't control. I want more of you, God. I want more of you, God. Okay, but then we throw in the D chord. And so for that, I'm going to lift my pinky. I'm going to lift these two. And I'm going to go the 2nd fret on the bottom string and the 2nd fret on the 3rd string. That makes my D chord. So then G, C, E minor, D. And so what I should do here at some point is actually do a video, but the truth is on how to look for them. But the truth is you can go type in at this point pretty much any worship song that you're looking for. Like say God of Wonders, you could look up God of Wonders chords, and it will show you, it will take you to somewhere where you can see what the chords are for God of Wonders. So God of Wonders is G, D, E minor, C, I believe. So God of Wonders beyond our galaxy, you are holy, holy. The universe declares your majesty. You are holy, holy. But so you can go look up any song and say, I want it in the key of G, and you'd probably be able to play it. Most songs in the key of G for worship, you're going to already be able to play by knowing those 4 chords. Okay? So it becomes really easy, and it's about just getting that time in of playing and learning to love to play the songs that you already love to sing in church and things like that. But that way it'll start building up your finger strength. It'll build up those calluses that you need on your fingertips so that it doesn't hurt anymore. And it'll build up your ability to get some rhythm in your strumming. But first, I just wanted to quick run through what the strings look like. And then I wanted to work on some of that strumming with you. And so, first off, the way that we talk about a guitar, this is obviously called the head of the guitar, and this thing on the end of it is called a capo. Okay, these are your tuning mechanisms, okay, or your tuners, and they are what tighten and loosen your strings. This is the nut of the guitar, And then these are your frets. So in between here and here, this is called your first fret. This is your second fret, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, so on. Okay? This is the body of the guitar. This is the bridge. And obviously these are the strings. So the main part is that when it comes to the strings, if we talk about the number of a string, say put your finger on the third fret of your first string. Well, this is the third fret and the first string. Okay? It's so easy that the bigger the string, the bigger the number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? So 6 is up here, 1 is down here. However, when I memorize what the names or the notes of each of these open strings are, because when I strum this without pressing down on anything, that's called an open string, right? So I always heard it, but this is also because I come from a more rural area, but I always heard it, elk and deer grow big ears. And so E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay? So the way that I memorize those is from the top down, but the numbers of the strings are actually from the bottom up. So elk and deer grow big ears, E, A, D, G, B, E. And by doing that, we start learning a little bit of how this looks and why things are set up the way they are. Whenever I get to the fifth for these bigger strings, when I get to the fifth fret, I'm pressing the same thing as the next string is going to be open. So if I go to my sixth string, my E string, and I press on the fifth fret, it should sound like my A string or my fifth string when it's open. So okay, and it should do that. The A string on fifth fret should sound like an open D string. The D string pressed on fifth should sound like an open G. Then here's where it changes. For going between the G string to the B string, it's the fourth fret. So I press on my fourth, and it's an open B string. And then I press on the fifth again of the B string, and it gets me an E, an open E, okay? So 5, 5, 5, 4, 5. Okay? So, what I wanted to work on real quick is the strumming here. So all I'm going to do is work on bouncing between G and C so that I don't have to think about this hand. I can just focus on this hand. When you're trying to practice this, it's easier to just do that. So let's take Set a Fire. What we've been doing so far, and I'm going to adjust this really quick. What we've been doing so far has been more focused on your left hand being able to switch the chords, and all we've been doing is going, set a fire down in my soul that I can't contain, that I can't control. I want more of you, God. I want more of you, God. Right? We've been strumming straight down on the beat. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you want to start moving on a little bit from there, right? And having some different rhythms. So when I strum, for one, I'm using a pick. And I do it like I'm pulling a trigger on a gun. And I lay it right across here so that it's facing outward. Okay? Should be facing straight out. And then I roll it in. So it's just like that. Whoops, I'm backwards on my camera. There we go. So I want to be pulling the trigger on my gun, lay it right in there like that. Okay, so then the other part is I don't want to move from my elbow down to my hand. I want to move mostly my wrist. You'll notice you see my wrist turning a lot of times. That's more what it's like. Because it's a lot faster to get this to move than it is to get all of this to move. So I could sit there and go, so set a fire down in my soul. But what I do is I get the beat going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So set a fire down in my soul that I can't contain, that I can't control. I want more of you, God. I want more of you, God. So here's what we're going to do is we're going to go. Ingrained in your head. Get the feeling in your body. Get the sound in your ear. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. So set a fire down in my soul that I can't contain, that I can't control. I want more of you, God. I want more of you, God. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Okay? So it's just getting that rhythm of down and up, so that it's not so just stale. It gives a little bit more of a feeling. And there are other rhythms you can feel in there. But it basically becomes a change between your downbeats and your upbeats. And so you've got, every time that you would stomp your foot to something, it's pretty much the downbeat, right? It's down, down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If I go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and all those ands are upbeats. And so you just heard my dog. So, but anyways, all those ands are upbeats, and those are where my hand would be coming up. The downs are where my hand would be going down. And so that makes it a little bit easier to understand. But just remember that for a good practice starter is that down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. And you start changing things up, over time. I mean, mine, down, up, down, 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 down, up, down. So, but you also hear a difference between this and this. Okay? So I just kind of wanted to tune you into some differences between how you can start developing your strumming, and I hope that helps. And then the next one that I think I'm going to do is I'm going to actually break it down a little bit easier on the chords really quick, just so that if you have kids that are wanting to play, sometimes it's hard for their hands to reach right away, and sometimes for adults too. And so I just want to break it down for some easier ways to maybe start getting your fingers used to playing those chords if reaching all the way up to get that G or that C is a stretch for you. So anyways, we'll see you in the next video.